Ma'am,
देखो
can you see the
yes I can
ये
see.
screen sharing? So it is
हाँ
screen sharing. Is this okay?
yes
Shall I
this is
leave it
okay.
on?
Yeah.
Okay. Great, great, great.
See, when we are going live, I think that time the screen sharing is not happening.
Ah, leave it on for some time.
Yeah. Anita,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anita, सपोज मेरा म्यूट हो जाएगा तो चैट बॉक्स में डाल देना क्योंकि आई विल नॉट बी मे बी आई डोंट लुक एट द मोबाइल.
Yes, yes. I will
हाँ
do.
तो चैट बॉक्स में डाल दे.
Okay.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So today is the first time you are joining, sir.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm joining.
Oh wow, that's great, sir.
Thank you so much that you have given the opportunity to join. You sent me invitation again and again. So I was busy. Still, then I tried my best, and today I got the chance to meet. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Welcome, Bala Subramaniam, sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Welcome.
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Just
Oh,
a
very good.
minute.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
you could just check up both the audio and the video.
correct. Right. Anita, can you hear me? Nita, can you hear me? Nita? Am I audible? Am I audible? Nita, just stop the screen sharing. Nita, you can stop the screen sharing. Am I audible? Hello? Nita, stop the screen sharing. Stop the screen sharing. Nita, stop screen once. Hello. Am
Ma'am,
I audible
can't hear
now?
you.
Am I
Ma'am, I
audible
can't hear
now?
you.
Hello. 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 I am logging out and rejoining. Is that okay?
Rachna, we can hear you.
Hello. Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you
Am
are
I
audible.
audible?
No, ma'am, I can't
Okay.
hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought what happened to my audio now? Okay. Welcome. Welcome, Bala Subramaniam, sir. We will wait for another 5 minutes because
No
many
issues. No
yeah,
issues.
meetings are going on. Till then, I would try to just connect live so
Yeah.
that 5,000 viewers can watch us at one go.
Sure.
And sir, in case due to signal issues, you are not able to hear the voice, I will put the question on the chat box. In case some glitches, then you can carry on.
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
in case something goes wrong.
I don't think any of that will happen, right?
Yes, sir. We
Let's
have
be
to be
positive.
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 And sir, do you remember we have met once around 1.5 years back?
I could recall. We met. I'm not able to remember where we met, but
Mumbai.
I know from Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah, we at Priyadarshi Nayak
Yes, absolutely.
event.
I remember. I recall now.
SK
Yeah.
Resort.
You're right.
SK Resort. So just one meet, sir, and you have accepted our invite to be part of this talk show. So it really makes a lot of difference.
Fortunately, nowadays, you are all locked in. This is my 65th day at home, not crossing the borders of the house, right? Not even the gate, which has never happened to me in my 73 years of life, right?
Sir, all of us are sailing in the same boat. And the sir, best part is I am staying in a society just next to quarantine center.
Oh.
100 meters away, 400 quarantine people are there just.
Oh.
So it's totally red zone area.
What to do? Sometimes.
Today I had to go 5 kilometers walking to get my specs because I was having a tough time without specs. So 5 kilometers I simply had to walk down. I think yes, we are about to go live because we have mentioned that we will be going live. So I think many they prefer that they will see us on FB as well.
Yeah.
Something went wrong. 1 second. Okay, so people they are joining in. Sharp 5:35 we start.
Yeah. Carry on as per your convenience. No issues.
Because many meetings are going on and this is the time. So 5:30 many meetings they get over and then they join in.
Well, today is a a series of webinars, a world of webinars. So especially in education, everybody is doing a webinar to the extent that some of my principals are scared of listening to the word webinar.
That is why, sir, we have named it talk show.
That's right, you know. So,
And sir, we have people joined from UP, Bihar, Punjab, Haryana,
great, lovely.
And also Odisha.
Singapore as well. Sir, Singapore as well.
Oh, that's good. Which school from Singapore?
Singapore, she's not from a school. She's a parent.
I'm a parent.
Okay, great. Oh, lovely,
But
great. Welcome.
my daughter's in Flame University.
Oh, great, lovely, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, since like I have appeared for my 10th board around 24 years back,
Which
and I have also
which school?
from Kolkata.
Which school?
From Kolkata, Birla School, Ashok Hall Girls High School from Kolkata.
Oh.
And
I
25 years back also we did from CBSE board.
I remember the principal of both the schools, Ashoka Hall as well as I forgot her name, Birla, Mrs.
Birla High, Sushila Birla, MT Birla. In West Bengal we have
the
almost all Birla schools.
principal I'm talking about, right? And
Okay.
both of them
Varghese
were.
ma'am. Varghese ma'am.
Yeah, Varghese ma'am, and I don't know because Calcutta was more like a second home. I used to visit Calcutta a number of times.
Ah. Oh wow, that's great. Just one more minute. It's 5:34, so we start sharp at 5:35.
No problem.
Welcome, Balan ma'am.
Good evening, Rachna ma'am. Good evening, sir. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
Thank you, Rachna ma'am. It's a great thing that you're organizing so many wonderful sessions. And
Ma'am, with good people around, it is always possible.
Thank you so much.
See, if the intentions are good, and see, all of us are trying to learn, so we get good people, and what can be better than Bala sir agreeing us immediately. So, sir, it's 5:35. People will keep on joining. So
Yeah, that's okay. We may start. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome once again to Rapid Talks with Rachna. The topic for today is, can lockdown push school in a positive direction? So today we have Bala sir with us. Now just a brief profile about Bala sir. Bala sir. Bala Subramaniam sir is born in Tamil Nadu, and his initial school was done at Madurai, and he has graduated in chemistry. He has obtained a diploma in German from University of Madras, a certificate in project technology from Trent College of Education, Nottingham, UK, and certificate in computer education from Leeds University, UK. He started his career as a postgraduate teacher in chemistry in a public school and gradually took as a principal in a secondary school in Chennai. He joined CBSE as Joint Secretary in 1984 and worked in several capacities in academics, examination, confidential, and administration branches of CBSE. He also was elevated to the post of Director Academics in 1997. He held additional in charge the Chief Vigilance Officer of the board. February 2006 was the year when Sir retired. Post-retirement, he is associated with number of organizations as a mentor, as an advisor, and as a consultant. Presently, he is also a co-chairman of the Education Committee of the FICCI in Tamil Nadu. He has conducted thousands of training programs for managers, principals, teachers. His interest areas include philosophy, psychology, poetry, and literature. He had also participated in several national and international conferences. Now, just to name a few awards which he has won is Seva Ratna in Education Field, Lifetime Achievement Award, Vocational Excellence Award, just to name a few. Now, sir, before I start, since we have just met for a few minutes, 1.5 years back, I would just like to brief about Fun to Learn and myself. Myself, Rachna Bhimraj, commonly known as Handwriting Ka Doctor. This tagline is usually very unusual, but just through handwriting, we change the basic psychology of the students, as handwriting is brain writing. What we think when we pen it down, it totally comes it down. So being a graphology is without informing the students and the parents, we work on the child psychology. So when I heard your interest area is psychology, I thought let me put this point. And we are an ISO certified 15 years old company dedicated to delivering quality learning through the fun way. Now, in today's digital age, while informing one's life, many ways are resulting in people's not paying attention to the importance of handwriting. And results have shown that good handwriting and mathematical program fosters students' confidence and personality. So, however tech savvy we are, although most of us are using Zoom, webinars, but are we not keeping a pen and paper with us to note down the important points? So, however tech savvy we are, the importance of handwriting cannot be neglected. So, now with this, we start with the today's topic. Now, what I would just like to brief is COVID is a chance for us to fundamentally rethink about our system. Bar said it all. COVID is presenting a unique opportunity in education. I mean, 150 years, we get to blow up the industrial model of education. We are given the gift of learning because we want to learn, not because we have been imposed to learning. Due to the crisis, students have experimented something very different. Now, do you think it will be easy to put back the genie in the bottle? Now, if we have opened the bottle and the genie is out, so once post COVID, is it possible to put the genie back inside the bottle and be the
Well,
yes, I would want to know from you, sir.
well, I don't know whether it's a genie or not. Basically, yes, we are now facing a challenge which has no precedence, as a matter of fact. In the past century, in the last century, there have been 2 world wars, there has been a plague, and also, the Big Depression, which went through a lot of hurdles, battles, and the last century was also a century of complete challenges and innovation. But in the current century, with the technology coming through, we got into the what is called informatics age. With the technology coming through, our access to comfort was very good, and that also impacted the learning process. But suddenly, this COVID coming through, 3 things have happened. One, already the education system across the country has been in a lot of turmoil because, for the last 2 years, there has been a lot of debate that the new education policy is coming. It's coming now, it's coming later, what is going to be the new policy, this. So a lot of debate has been going on and everybody was wondering what next, what next, what next. The second was the technology. Every day technology was metamorphosing into a new dimension. So people did not even come to a decision. What's the right technology? What's the kind of thing that we need to be doing, right? Because market forces were really, impacting. With this background, the coming of COVID, is yet another challenge. But, there is a saying in English, a poem, which says, sweet are the uses of adversity, right? So whenever you have a challenge, you have to face it. Sometimes for this kind of challenge, you have to take a bitter medicine too. I remember a famous poem in Hindi, right? It was a poem called Kurukshetra by, Ramdhari Singh Tinakar. Now there is a debate going on when, this Yudhishthira asked a question to Bhishma when he was on his deathbed. Could we not have avoided this war? And there he says a very interesting Hindi saying, रुग्ण होना चाहता कोई नहीं, रोग लेकिन आ गया तो तिक्त औषधि के सिवा उपचार क्या, तब तक होता वो नहीं मिष्टान्न से. If you fall sick, you have absolutely no way but to have a better medicine. You can't do it by taking sweets. Same thing, here is a challenge. And this challenge has to be faced with certain bitter things. And therefore, to me, I always see the positive side of things. What has happened in the past, in the last 2 to 3 decades, we had really derived from the concept of education. Okay, because we moved from education to qualification and qualification to certification. In other words, the entire focus of school education has been to deliver certification. बच्चे 10वीं पास हो गए, 12वीं पास हो गए, ये पास हो गए, वो पास हो गए. So it was all the focus was on passing the children, and that created.
1 second, sir.
Yeah,
1 second.
yeah.
Just sorry to interrupt
No,
in
no
between.
issue.
I would request the viewers to mute themselves. Some background noise is coming. So would request Neeta, just see to it if anybody is unmuted. Just please do the needful. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yeah. So what has happened is that the focus of school education in the last 1 decade at least has been more on preparing children for the competitive examinations, right from class 1, preparing children for an IIT course, right? So we had a severe problem. We have really derived education. In that process, many good things that would have happened. The real process of educating the children, preparing them for life, giving them a value base, giving them a sense of life skills and confidence to face the challenges of life, that we have really missed it. And I think with this COVID coming through, which is giving us a lesson directly and indirectly, that the consumerist way of life is not really going to work out. I think it's time for us to take a note. It's time for us to rehabilitate ourselves, the human thought architecture, rehabilitate, and prepare our children to face the realities of life, not merely competitive examination. Whether you call the Jenny is back or Jenny is out, but that's not an issue. But the fact is that, Tagore said a beautiful saying, that every child comes with a message that God is not a disappointed of man. All right? Every child comes with a message that he has got faith in the humanity. And what we have been doing is we have been totally slowly and steadily, derailing this belief. Today I was writing on my Facebook, is a very small note, that speed thrills but kills in life. And in education also, preparing children in class 1 for IIT, it may be thrilling, but it will be killing, right? So,
Right.
I think that's it. In our early days, there is a famous book, Indian book called Narada Purana, right? In that they said, Shanair Vidyam, Shanair Arthan, Shanair Parvatarohana. Learn slowly, yearn slowly, climb up the mountain slowly, right? Today we want to have a magic wand so that a child of class 5 is able to compete in the BTech examination, right? I think that's a problem. So let's treat the children as children, and let's not compare our children to the jellies, right?
Right, sir. So that was just an example.
No, I understand.
Of being offline and online.
Absolutely.
Because since now a lot of online screening is most of the time it's online screening, which is affecting our eyes. Somehow eyes is affected, and as parents they are not even able to monitor. So the crisis is hitting teachers, parents, students, everybody.
Yeah.
So
right.
what? Yeah. So if we have asked the 3 frequent emotions that could be felt each day was anxiousness, fearful, worried, overwhelmed, and sad were the top 5 things which is coming. So the positive impact, as you are saying, and we always have to look on the positive side, more of coaching and maintaining role of the teachers. And nearly all the teachers, whether it be K2 or college level, we all are, we all are doing online. But how it is connected with the connections, emotions, how far that is involved through online teaching? Before
See,
I ask you
yeah,
the main point, I
yeah.
just wanted
See,
to.
let's try to understand one thing that, there has been a kind of, social transformation in the last couple of decades. To give an example, when I was born, I was in a joint family. We had nearly 15 people at home. Now, in a home, that how many kids were there, who kaun kiska beta tha, kisi ko pata nahi tha, right? It was everybody's child, everybody looking after, and there was a kind of interdependency amongst people. But today we are in a world which is driven by fear, right? Fear not only about external
Right.
things, but we are afraid of each other. We are afraid of our own selves, right? So we have entered into a fear-dominant society, right? And therefore, all the positive emotions have been marginalized today. Trust amongst people, what do you call, sharing and caring amongst people, right? Reaching out to
Right.
people, all that is missing. In other words, we, in the Bloom's taxonomy, we put across the 3 dimensions of the curriculum: cognitive, affective, and the psychomotor. We have been focusing exclusively on the cognitive, and the affective domain has been slowly marginalized. Okay, so we have been talking about IQ among students rather than EQ, right? And today, emotional intelligence is more important for cohabitation than mere IQ. Even major organizations, while recruiting people, they say that we are not very keen on people who are learned, but who are willing to learn. Not people who can, who are trained, but trainable. Not, learnability is more important rather than learning. So our ability to cohabit with people with the proper emotions is the most important thing. So I would certainly, think that this particular change which has happened is focusing on human emotions, and therefore, in the days to come, our schools, our parents, and our curriculum has got to focus on building humans. Humanization of education is very important, for which emotional intelligence is a base.
Right, sir. Sir, now do you think that the current lockdown has derailed the process of learning in any way?
Well, I wouldn't see this is where I just want to focus on the word learning. Unfortunately, for decades together, we have been focusing on teaching rather than learning. A couple of
Right.
decades back, we had what is called a teacher-centric curriculum. Then we came with what you call learner-centric curriculum or child-centric curriculum. Unfortunately, we did not deal with learning-centric curriculum. In the process, so long learning doesn't happen, neither the child nor the learner has a role to play. So what's important is that the focus has to be on learning. Now, what's happening with this situation? We are now moving from teacher-centric learning to learning which is self-learning, right? Self-motivated learning. I think that is, that is a very important thing. I've been a very strong follower of the brain researchers, neurocognitive researchers. And neurocognitive researchers very clearly say that you cannot teach people, right? There is nothing called teaching. And this is exactly what Aurobindo also said when he talked about the 3 principles. The first principle of true teaching is that nothing can be taught, right? So what is that? We can create an environment for learning. We can create conducive atmosphere for learning. And that's exactly what's going to happen after COVID, right? We will have to move towards blended learning, where teacher will become a human resource manager, The teacher will not merely know what is to be taught, but the teacher has to know what are the things which are required to enable learning, to facilitate learning, to empower learning. In other words, the paradigm is shifting towards the learner. And when this is shifting to the learner, the problem is going to come from the parents. Because parents always believe that learning happens because of the teacher. And it was very unfortunate, right? The learning doesn't happen because of the teacher. Learning happens because of the aptitude and motivation of the learner. And the parents had a very significant role to play to support learning, to create that atmosphere for the learning, right? And therefore, I believe that now there is, the role of both the teacher and parents is changing, to that both of them are going to be resource manager for enabling learning to the children. That is the future post-COVID situation.
Right, sir. So now my next question is, what is your view on the concept of online teaching? How, as I think mostly you have covered, how much and how far does it serve the purpose? As you already spoke about teaching and learning, see earlier the teaching was happening, but now the CBSE board, they have are also focusing on the life skills. That is
so see,
beyond academic.
let's try to differentiate two things. One is online learning, right? Now, the last 2 to 3 months, right, a number of schools have opted for what is called the so-called online learning. I see the so-called online learning because
Right,
it is
sir.
not the real online learning, right? In the online learning, there are two important dynamics. One is called the asymmetric mode, the other is called the symmetric mode over here. Now, what has happened is that we have repositioned a formal classroom on a screen, right? Now, in 80% to 90% of the time, the teacher is on the screen, teacher is teaching what should be done, and there are about students who are very passively and passionately listening because they have no choice. Okay, so learning is not either quantitative or qualitative, and that is a performance of duty both for the child as well as the teacher. Nothing more, nothing less, right? This is what is called a stopgap arrangement. Many things when changes happen, the most difficult thing is to usher a change, to manage a change, and to bring a change. Now, it's not merely a change. What is happening today may be a change, not a transformation, right? What has to happen is a transformation, right? So that we should understand the difference between change and the transformation. Now, transformation will happen when the child knows that he has a number of methods and opportunities for learning, and he gathers them for self-empowerment, right? Now, the schools, the pedagogy for online classroom is also different. Now, Bloom's taxonomy was designed for a unilayer learning when there was a direct approach between the teacher and the child. Today, we have got a multi-layer learning, multifaceted learning, right? We are talking about metacognition today. And in these circumstances, probably, though the Bloom's taxonomy has also been refined in about 10 years back, it is very important that we must now look for new kind of a taxonomy which is appropriate to the modern situation, right? That being so, what I believe is this online learning as of now is only a technology enabled reach out to the children, right? That we are in touch with the children, right? And this needs probably this is the first step in a series of 100 steps, right? We have a long way to go. If that has to happen, now my heads of institutions need to understand the kind of pedagogy that's required for that. The management should be willing to provide that kind of infrastructural and software supports for that to happen. Third, the teachers should be trained very well to open up their minds that I am not the harbinger of knowledge. I am a co-learner in the process. And the parents should also know that the learning is facilitated by two sources. See, what's the challenge that we put in one way we are today? Some 20, 30 years before, we believed that a classroom provided 90% of learning. Formal learning was 90%, 10% was informal learning. Today, 90% is informal learning, 10% is formal learning. So repositioning and synergizing this is a new challenge which teachers need to know, for which, we have to address to so many things beyond the textbooks. Okay. The greatest roadblock to learning today is the textbook, right? I'll be the happiest person when the teachers go beyond the textbook. I used to say in most of my programs that curriculum and textbooks are like runways for an aircraft to take off, right? Now, if my pilot is unwilling to go beyond the runway, what will happen? So I think my teachers should know how to use the textbook, how to use the online platform to enable creativity, innovation, and thinking. Okay.
Right, sir. So now, sir, do you think we have any positive lessons to learn from this COVID experience? This uncertainty, pandemic?
Well, I think each one of us, if you ask the same question, everybody will say, there is something to learn. Number one, first that what I see is that, we must learn to conquer fear. Okay.
Yes.
Challenges will come. We should
fear traits. Yes.
Challenge, number one. Second is that both in terms of self-discipline and social discipline, right? Now, unfortunately, discipline is the most misinterpreted word in this country. Discipline, we always say, is being given by somebody else, right? Somebody is watching me, therefore I have to behave like that. No. So discipline is something which you give to yourself, and therefore I think the COVID teaches us lessons of self-discipline. COVID teaches us the concept of social discipline. COVID teaches us a number of life skills which we need to have. A sense of compassion, a sense of cohabitation, a sense of wealth. Because unfortunately, I always, when I talk about life skills, I used to tell people, we don't understand the difference between money and wealth. We think money is wealth. Now imagine, wealth is knowledge, wealth is your trust, wealth is confidence. There are 101 things which make you. Health is wealth. So 101 things which make you wealthy, but we sacrifice all these wealth to assimilate money. Okay. So I think COVID will teach us, and we will have to teach our children three important things. One, difference between money and wealth. Two, the difference between what you call discipline and personal discipline and social discipline. We also need to teach them the difference between success and excellence, right? Success is an event, excellence is a journey, right? And I think this is what we need to be telling. COVID has taught us that all the success many people acquired and built an industry, all that industry and millions of dollars have all gone to down the pipeline in a day, right? So the power of resilience, the ability to get up and move. Goldsmith used to say, true greatness lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I think this is what COVID teaches us. And this is the lesson we need to take our children, right?
Right, sir. So on this, as you spoke about the fear trait, I would just like to add a quote. जिंदगी को आसान नहीं, खुद को मजबूत बनाना पड़ता है, so that we are ready to fight for all the challenges which comes on our way.
पहले अपने अंतरात्मा को टटोल के देखना है कि हमें क्या चाहिए. One of the basic problem is today, 99% of us are living others like their own life. That's a problem. So long you live your life, there is nothing much to say. But unfortunately, we are comparing with everybody, we are competing with everybody, and therefore we are destroying our life by living others' life. That's a problem. And I think that's not education. Education is, as Einstein said, education is what remains when I have forgotten everything, I learned in the school. And what did Mark Twain say? I would not like my schooling to interfere with my education, right? So I think we should go for educate. When we look at our grandmothers who never went for the school, They were better educated than most of us. Am I right?
Right, sir.
So,
I totally agree to you.
so we are now imparting literacy and information rather than education. I think that's what we need to look at.
Right, sir. Now, my next question to you, what do you think should be the direction of school education in the post-COVID? Because daily the sessions are going on, but nothing concrete is being discussed.
You see,
So,
there are, you look at it in three different ways. One, you have a national curriculum given, right? And which is the broad guideline that is given. You have absolutely no option to fall with in line with the national curriculum process, number one. But that is a broad perspective. From that, you come down to a state, right? For example, if you are in Rajasthan, the conditions in Rajasthan are different from Kerala. What is in Kerala is different from Bihar, and Bihar is different from Himachal Pradesh. So you have to contextualize that curriculum to your own geographical, socio-economic, and political environment where you are, number one. But even within the given state, you may be in a hilly area, you may be in a desert area, you may be in a rain-prone area. Therefore, your school has to contextualize that curriculum to the local needs over there. There comes the leadership of the principal to contextualize the learning process so that it is relevant and useful to the children. Okay, so post-COVID is going to create, I would like to go back to what Aurobindo said. The second and third principles, which are very, very important. In the second principle, he said that the mind has to be consulted for its own growth. Whose mind? If I consult your mind and consult my learning, it's unfortunate. So whether it's a child or the teacher, whether it's Rajasthan or it's Bihar, everybody has to construct their learning depending on what are their immediate needs, what are their social needs. And the third principle, he said that education always happens from near to far, right? Now, you ask the children, where is Big Ben? He will tell you, sir, it is in London, it is a clock tower. Where is it? It is on the top of a British Parliament. But you ask him a question whether there is a bell tower in your city. Sir, मुझे पता नहीं, मैं तो घर से स्कूल सीधे आता हूँ. है ना? The problem is, we are, that's an irony in the post-independent India, because of the British model, we move towards a lot of aping the Western model of education. And there is a lot in Indian model. I'm not talking, any politics or anything, but as a culture, as whether in terms of, your architecture, sculpture, painting, dances, folk music, कितना है हिंदुस्तान के अंदर, इतना कुछ है, right? It's out from बेच के we send the cotton and import the bunions. Okay, the bunions are manufactured in Tirupur and then go to Britain, and they are come back with the seed there and we buy them. So what I'm trying to say is, we should learn to stand on our legs. We should learn to appreciate ourselves. अगर मैं अपने आप को आदर नहीं करता, how can I expect others to respect me? And that happens both in individuals as well as in a society. And that's what's happening. I think post-COVID will give an opportunity for us to reconstruct ourselves, to reconstruct our beliefs. And if we fail to do that, if we still go back to our, competitive examination for class 1, right? I think we will be really doing a great damage. Okay.
Right. So, sir, what you rightly said, again, I would like to quote something in Hindi. हालात वो न रखो कि जो हौसले को बदल दे, बल्कि हौसला वो रखो जो हालातों को बदल दे. And this is what we all have to remain positive. And I really like your positive spirit. So this.
I think disconnected. Hello. Hello.
I think what do you think would be the role of the life skills education, as you have already pointed out about the life skills?
Mm.
it plays a majority role, but if you can just add on more
Yeah,
on it.
see, education without life skills is no education at all. Okay. I remember that when I was studying in class 5 in a municipal school at Madurai, I was sent by my parents to the market, vegetable market, I mean twice a week to fetch vegetables for the house for 10 to 15 people, right? बैंगन कैसे खरीदना है, भिंडी कैसे खरीदना है, right? फल कैसे खरीदना है, ये मैंने सीखा था 5वीं क्लास में, है ना? And I knew what is a vegetable, what is a fruit which is available on a particular seeds. Okay. Now that today you go to an MBA and MBA asks me a question, अंकल तूर दाल और मूंग दाल का क्या फर्क है? मैंने कहा बेटा ये तेरे करिकुलम में नहीं है.
Right, sir. Now
I
we
know.
don't have all these in our curriculum.
So when you talk about life skill ये नहीं कि कोई बुक में नहीं, अपने आप को संभालने का जो स्किल है, right? I am confident of myself. I approve of myself. If I don't find myself as a hero, who else is going to celebrate me as a hero? I am my hero.
Right.
I am my heroine. So I must, I must brand myself. I must appreciate myself. This is what we call self-esteem. मैं एक कहता था कि क्लास के K-12 में what is called self-concept. Who am I? Right? That's what we start in the class 1, right? And what's my family? Who am I? My individual, family, and the society. Self-concept. Then comes self-esteem, right? The third comes what is called self-regulation. The fourth comes what's called self-analysis. The fifth comes what is called self-motivation, right? Self-motivation बारे में ना क्या हो रहा है स्कूल में, देखिए एक टीचर आके बोलती है मैंने इतना काम किया, टीचर मैंने प्रिंसिपल ने एक शाबाशी नहीं दी. I said if you wait for a shabashi from the teacher, what is your conscience? Do you feel that you have done your job? That's right. Now life skills in 21st century, you got many. Communication skill, which is very, very important. Communication is not merely competency over language. जहां जैसे बोलना है, diplomacy in language, right? All that is important, That is why, today we talk about what is called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Languages में क्या बोलना है. But in India, the first shloka of Raghuvamsha, Kalidas said, Vagartiva Samprukta Vagarta Pradipati, Jagata Pitro Vande Parvati Parmeshwar. I salute Parvati and Parmeshwar, who are like the word in the meaning. Right? That was the interpretation of that. So, Hindustan mein bahut kuch tha. Like the entire focus of Gurukula, the entire focus of erstwhile education was on skill development. So, vocational skills, professional skills, life skills, soft skills. All these were developed. And I think we have to, with this situation coming through, 1/3 of students attending the school, I think that should be a permanent feature. As a matter of fact, in such a way that we talk classroom में 50 लोग हैं, अरे 15 लोग कर दो, 2-2 घंटे आके जाए. What is the point that they should come sit from morning to evening gossiping around? ऐसी जरूरत नहीं है. Our whole concept of education has to change, right? That's what I, as an educator, would like to look forward.
So you have already answered my next question. Like I wanted to ask about the what kind of life skills you would think. So that you have already answered. Now there is a lot of focus on blended learning nowadays, as you have also rightly mentioned. Do you think that the academic activities should be synergized with co-curricular activities?
Yes, as a matter of fact, if you had a look at the modern education policy, the recent education policy, which is under submission, which is likely to be announced recently, they have clearly said that there is nothing called co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities, they are a part of the curriculum. Okay. Now the question is, now why should you have a separate music, separate debate, separate elocution? Everything is a part of the learning process. Am I right? So the question basically is the isolation of certain learning activities are what we call basically as experiential learning. Actually, all these co-curricular activities are nothing but extended learning formats which provided experience. So they are instruments of experiential learning, and therefore I strongly believe that the co-curricular activities have to become a part of the process, a part of the what do you call a classroom. For example, I always advocated that every classroom is a theater. As a matter of fact, whether it's English, whether it's social studies, whether it's mathematics, you can enact the whole thing. You can have a what do you call music? You can have a dance. You can have a. I mean, why should we have a militant approach to teaching, right? I think that has to our whole process of articulating a classroom has to undergo a change. We talk about happiness curriculum. What is that? That very clearly talks about that there is no happiness in the curriculum. I know. The very objective of a curriculum is happiness.
Right, sir.
So, Buddha used to say that there is no path to happiness. Happiness is a path, right? And
That is what so many sessions going on happiness curriculum. I honestly speaking, I never understood the logic. That means we all are aware that it is.
भाई बात ये है कि जो बेच सकते हैं, जो मार्केट में जो बिकता है नए कॉन्सेप्ट में, उसका that's it. क्योंकि people are not happy, so you sell happiness.
Sir, we have C.B. Mishra sir from North India principal. Then we have Vipin Kumar Tyagi sir from Kendra Vidyalaya, Roorkee. So they all are saying hello to you. We have most of them, around 40 people are waiting, sir. I don't know, again network issues and we are not able to add them. Yeah. So everybody is saying hi. And as you rightly mentioned that there is no happiness. We all know in the rat race, you can say all of us are running. We are doing so many things, but with lot of stress, as rightly mentioned. And as I briefed earlier, we are also focusing on the skills beyond academics. And you will not believe, sir, online learning is happening, and the kids, they really wait to join us. Because it is how you connect with students. Everything depends how you connect with students and how you take it forward.
That's right. You see.
So,
I was very happy to see that you are focusing on handwriting, or rather it's called the brain writing, what you rightly said. I'm reminded of a beautiful poem by Umar Khayyam, right? As a matter of fact, when somebody asked me a suggestion in 1984, what should be the name of my handwriting book for class LKG, I gave the title of that poem. It's called The Moving Finger Writes and Having It Moves On. Nor all their piety, nor which shall you read back to cancel half a line. Nor all their tears can watch a word of it. जो भगवान जो लिखता है ना, वो लिख के आगे चल जाए, ऊपर आगे चला जाता है ना. So the question is, handwriting is very important. Whether today, questions are being raised, whether you need handwriting at all because you are on a laptop and typing, all that. But handwriting was responsible as a culture. Both for the what do you call gross motor skills as well as the soft motor skills in the brain, right? And moreover, that was also an instrument for promoting creativity, aesthetics, innovation, patience, right? And even dreaming, right? We dreamt to write, right? So we are losing. It's not we are losing handwriting, but we are losing a number of things related to handwriting. So I think you must keep your work going on.
Yes, because like there are many schools and many educators, they say how important it is. But had it not been important, you must have seen many celebrities, they have changed their signatures. Why? So there is a science behind it.
Yeah. You see, I mean, you can have a divine personality through your handwriting. You can have a criminal also through your handwriting.
Yes, so that is why, sir, right. So what you are saying, you can have a criminal as well. So now outside India, when they are hiring people, they have most of the places, they have stopped taking the computerized resume. They want a handwritten resume so that they can judge the person, the basic character, criminal background or what kind of person. So
See,
handwriting is actually
as a matter of fact,
right.
in 1966, I did a course on handwriting because I was working with the forensic department. At that time,
Oh wow.
we
So
needed to,
you know, sir.
so I
Yeah.
know how important handwriting is all about.
Yes.
Anyhow, that's a
So
part.
even I'm a graphologist. So see, that is why we are
Yes,
gelling
great.
well today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I will go over to my next question. So what do you think should be the positive push for school education for now on? What the school authorities should do?
See, the first thing that a school needs to understand today is that they cannot continue what they have been doing. Number one, there are no options but to change. One. So, first thing is willingness to change. That's a positive thing. It is said that if you start, you have done half the job, right? So the first thing
Right.
is, positivity is all about your mental makeup, right? So अगर mind ठीक हो जाता है, actions will follow automatically. That's why we used to say manasa vacha karmana. Though you will speak only when you have your mind, and when you speak something, your actions will follow, right? So I think
Right.
first thing is they should think that. Second is that a school should become an abode of positivity, right? I must share with you a very interesting experience which happened to me in early 80s when I was in the CBSE, when I was visiting one of the schools in South for inspection. That school had only about 350 students, and the school was being run by two women who had retired from the education service. And out of the 350 students, they had 130 challenged students in the school. Imagine the ratio and proportion. And that was a very small school because they didn't have money. So you can't expect a huge structure. But what impressed me was when I entered the school gate में एक छोटा सा computer printout पेज हुआ था, one was printed, and it read, "This is a positive zone. Please do not bring negative vibrations inside." That
Yes,
was
it
meant
is
for
all in our mind. It is all in our mind, sir.
number one. So the first thing, when I became a teacher in 1971, my principal told me, right? He was a great man. Every day when we used to go to the school, हम जाके उनके पैर छूते थे, उसके बाद क्लास जाते थे. एक दिन प्रिंसिपल को देखा नहीं तो we used to say, आज क्या हो गया? That was a kind of the principles we were. And he used to say, a teacher doesn't walk into the classroom. The teacher brings energy into the classroom. If you
Right.
bring positive energy, you radiate positive energy. If you bring negative energy, you
You
radiate
attract
negative
negative
energy.
energy. Right,
So
sir.
you must train your children, teachers in the school, how to create a positive environment in the school. That comes both by the words they use, the way they conduct themselves, the actions they do. So I think the verbal and body language of communication of teachers, you need to have special courses on that. So and the third thing what I think is very important, school के वातावरण से, environment से, the word failure has to be removed. Nobody is a
Right.
failure in life. Nobody
Yes.
is a failure in life. Class
So
1 से
fail
तुम fail
first
हो
attempt
जाओगे.
in learning. Fail is first attempt in learning.
You see, when somebody asked me when I became the director, sir, how many marks I should get in the board to, become a director like you, right? A student
Oh.
asked. So I replied, see, I studied in a Tamil medium government school. वहां पढ़ के I took 50 marks in mathematics in my 10th class. If a person with 50 marks in a government school can become director of CBSE, studying in a CBSE school and getting 95 marks, what could you become? ये तो सोच की बात है. Marks have nothing to do with your achievement in life. So I think we need to have a positive mindset created in the school.
Right, sir. So now, sir, see, what are the fundamental positive inputs for the children would require? Because see, we as educators, most of us are very much positive, giving the positive energy. But the homely environment, you can say whatever, the children, they require some positive inputs to keep their mind positive.
See, the first thing that happens, this positive approach, value-based approach, and what do you call attitude to ours, they are not necessarily built in the school, but they are built very much right at home in the class 2 and 3 and all that. Let me share a very interesting example, which was quoted to me by one of the professors during a conference. He was visiting a school, a class 3 student in one of the schools.
Okay.
He got in mathematics 95 marks, right? And he did not do one question, right? So the teacher asked him, "Don't you know the answer?" He said, "I know the answer, sir. I know how to work." Then he said, "Why don't you do it?" नहीं sir, this is a subtraction question. इसमें तो इसे subtract करनी है, मुझे loan लेना पड़ता है, and my father told me you should not take loan from anybody. You understand the depth to which it has impacted the learner.
Right.
So the question is, parents today, most homes today are, I'm sorry to say, positive environment is very much lacking, right? The parents need to create a positive environment and build into them, and that becomes a role modeling. And when it comes to the school also, you have to.
Would request, please mute yourself. Humble request, Nita, just check it out. Nita, just check. Somebody has unmuted. Would request, please, humble request, please mute yourself. Yes, sir. Nita, so we just need to wait for a minute.
I'm doing, ma'am. I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just fine.
So the domestic environment to build the attitudes and values, and then again school reinforcement. As a matter of fact, I wanted to share that when we were young, the stories of Panchatantra, the stories of Tenali Rama, the stories of Akbar and Birbal, these were all taught. They brought a lot of values to us. I think instead of focusing our children on teaching them what will be the language R or Python in second and third class, we should build them with some of these positive inputs so that they develop a sense of unconditional love, empathy, compassion, right? And I think the COVID has taught us the values of empathy and compassion, because जिसके पास करोड़ों का पैसा है वो भी कुछ नहीं कर पाता है. When the floods came to Chennai, we also knew that आपका पैसा कुछ कर नहीं पाया. I think every disaster teaches us that human dependence is more important. I think such lessons have to be brought into the school, and I think blended learning will give these opportunities. One thing which I wanted to say was extended learning is very important for learning. Now, unfortunately, within the schools, the present type of schools, there is no kind of extended learning. When I was a student, my teacher used to say that David Copperfield, you go to the library and see the original, right? Not 2 pages, 3 pages. But today, the children don't have the opportunity. I think with the kind of blended learning opportunities coming, with the lesser time in schools, the children should be encouraged for extended learning and to build experiential learning so that they can learn the experience of life through compassion and others, right?
Right, sir. So, sir, before I would just like to mention today's participants. When I was just going through, we have C.V. Mishra sir from Delhi, Farzana ma'am from Lucknow, then we have Kunaljit sir, then we have Pinky Arora ma'am, Prem Sagar sir, Priyanka Rajani ma'am from Mumbai, Lot of principal educators are here. So now since my questions are done, I would just like to request if any of you would like to ask anything from sir, just put it on the chat box so that, and then you can unmute yourself. Priyanka ma'am, would you like to ask anything? Vimal sir, Priyanka ma'am, Kunaljit sir, Sanju Babbar ma'am, Virdi sir, anybody would like to ask? Prem Sagar sir, Prem Sagar sir, you can unmute yourself. If you want to ask a question, please unmute yourself. Prem Sagar sir, you can unmute yourself if you have a question with sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
It's a very wonderful, session by you, sir. And I would like to thanks to you, first of all, Rachna ma'am also.
My pleasure.
Ji.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, my question is very simple.
Mm.
I want to be like you. And can you please suggest me how can I make it possible, sir?
Make it possible what?
Be like you, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
That's
Actually, I am in love with you because I met you in Ludhiana with Mr. DP Thakur.
yeah.
And
See, let me tell you two things, not one thing, not one reply. Somebody used to ask me a question
yes, sir.
when I was the director of the board. A similar question: what do I need to do if I have to become a director? I said that the peon who is standing outside my room could have been a better director than me. He didn't get an opportunity. I got it.
Great.
You understand?
Yes,
So,
All
possibly,
successful people say the same way.
you need to be yourself. That's number one. Okay. So, probably it's not that, that maybe that you have admired certain things in me, but I will tell you what really made me. Even though it's about 15 years since I retired, right? I'm still a learner, number one. And I always believe that not a single day should pass without reading something, writing something, right?
Okay.
My only hobby is to spend my money on buying books and learning, number one. And there is nothing which we need not be learned. I study about economics, I study about sociology, I study about psychology. See, a teacher, should be sensitive to all kinds of learning. So everything will come to you, useful to you some point of time, right? And
Yes.
when you start learning, there is nothing which empowers you except your learning, right? For example, if you do a job, somebody gives you 5 lakhs a month, that doesn't really brand you. But the brand that you get is he's a learned man, right? Whether you get 50,000 or 5 lakh, the respectability that you get is because of what you possess, right?
Right.
And I think that's individual. So my only suggestion to you is that keeping that you are so young as of now, you have a huge innings to play, and therefore you must start equipping yourself every day. And I think that if you empower yourself, nobody can compete with you.
Thank you so much, sir. Giving me, you revealing your secret in front of
And
44 people.
and one more thing,
Yes, sir,
always
please.
feel young. Never feel that you are growing old,
Done,
right?
sir.
The
Done.
moment you
So
think that you're
young at heart, umar 55 ki, dil bachpan ka is all I can say.
लोग मुझे अभी कहते हैं you are already 75 now touching, right? Why do you engage? I said it's not a question of age, that you have to be engaged, you have to be working,
Yes.
right? That's the message.
So sir, we have Priyanka Rajani ma'am from Mumbai, who has experience of 33 years.
Great.
So she had raised her hand. Priyanka ma'am, you wanted to say something? Priyanka ma'am, unmute yourself. She is one of my mentors who have always guided me.
Okay.
Priyanka ma'am, if you are there, please unmute yourself.
Thanks for a wonderful session. And above all, I want to thank you, Rachna ma'am, for daily. It's a learning process for us. I think
Thank you.
the person who has turned this lockdown into such positivity, trust me, before I started these sessions, I was feeling so low and depressed. But daily, you're providing us such a range, and believe me, I feel it's great to be a learner once again. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. For learning, there is no age. And for tomorrow, I would just like to mention we have Rakshit Tandon came to guide us for cyber security. So I would like everybody to attend that. We have Sir Kunaljit sir. Thank you so much, Priyanka ma'am. We have Kunaljit sir who has also raised hand. So Kunaljit sir, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. It is a
Good
very
evening.
wonderful. It is a very wonderful session,
Thank
and
you.
you nailed it, sir. That it is not a age. Be engaged.
That's
Or
right.
and one thing I also want to tell you that I am a training and placement officer in Government Polytechnic, Haryana.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great.
So, sir, the main thing which I thought that students are facing is that in our society, education is meant for getting the job. But I
100.
always told my students that education means to broaden your mind what is right and what is wrong.
Absolutely. Correct.
So in this platform, I want to request all of you that we should educate our students for making them what is good, what is wrong, rather for getting the jobs. It is the main dilemma to the students, sir, which I think.
You are right. Absolutely right. The very purpose. Let me share a very interesting example to you by taking one more minute. You know, a very interesting thing happened to me about a year back. You know, I was returning during last summer. I was returning from one place in Chennai. I was driving in the car around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was feeling very thirsty. I didn't have water, so I asked my driver to stop the car and said, "We'll have a glass of juice." So both of us stopped and went to a nearby, vegetable market and ordered for a juice. As I was taking, I purchased a dozen apples over there, kept it there. And when I was having the juice along with the driver, 2, 3 youngsters came and they were in their 20s, late 20s. From the appearance, I could know they were software engineers and all that. You know. So what happened was that after taking the juice, I paid the money, got into my car and just drove off. 2 minutes later, I got a phone call from somebody. Sir, are you Mr. Balsunim? I said, yes. Sir, we were taking juice along with you. You left your wallet along with the fruits over here. I opened your wallet. I got your card. I'm calling. And in the wallet, you have kept your passport. You have some money also and all that. Sir, thank you very much. I'm coming. So I came back 2 minutes and I talked to them. Immediately they said, sir, were you a director of CBSE? I said, very much. Sir, we are all students of CBSE. I said, I'm very happy. That was only 1 minute short-lived, you know, right? And when I profusely thanked them and I was about to leave, one of them said, sir, no service is free. We waited for you for the last 5 minutes. Therefore, you had to pay 150 rupees for the juice that we have taken for this one. And I didn't know what to do. I smiled and said, no problem. I paid 150 rupees and walked out. And then I compared it with an incident which happened when I went to Marina Beach when I was coming through. You know, I purchased an old book and kept my wallet at the back pocket. Unfortunately, it fell down. I walked in. A boy who was 12 years old, you know, who was half naked, he came running and took my wallet and gave it to me and said, Sir, aapka ye gir gaya. So I was very much touched. So I wanted to reward him. I went back. He ran back to his father, who was a cobbler. I went there. I took a 100 rupee note and gave it to that boy. The cobbler looked at me and said, Sir, please don't spoil my son. He should not think that whenever he helps a people, he should take money. Now, I had a question. Who was educated? Was the boy in the software engineer or this cobbler? The point that you raised is very valid. Education is not preparing children with a degree, but the realities of life. You know,
Right.
the power of discrimination, Viveka. Right. Thank you.
So, sir, we have lot of educators here who are in the queue, but I think we are just going to log out. So before
Yeah.
we sign off, I would like to thank you, sir, so much for sharing with us your views on post COVID-19 and being positive. You at the age of 75, when you are positive, then I think right, a 5-year-old child or be a parent, we all have to be positive. How we can, if we are negative, we pass on the negative energy. So thank you for such beautiful insights sharing with us the positive effects on the school system and happiness learning, as you rightly said. So I would like to, on behalf of everybody, I would like to thank you all. So
It's a pleasure.
signing any last message here you would like to convey to the edu leaders?
Well, I think the only thing that is that they should always be happy, because you know, if my leaders are not happy, they will not be able to transfer happiness. Happiness is
Right,
just a
sir.
state of mind. So okay, so I wish them all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Now,
Thank you
once
so much,
again,
ma'am.
I would just like to inform you all, tomorrow we have Mr. Rakshit Tandon, who will be talking about cyber security this lockdown. So please do join us tomorrow. And for the certificates, we have already posted the feedback link. If you are not able to open that feedback link, you can directly send me a WhatsApp on 9867530649. Signing off for now. Till then, namaste, stay healthy, stay safe. Namaste, sir, and thank you so much for being
Thank you.
with us.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
अर्चना मैम,
Yes, sir.
आप अपना ज्यादा ध्यान रखिए क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र में ज्यादा केसेस आ रहे हैं.
सर मेरे बिल्डिंग के बाजू में 400 लोग पॉजिटिव है, अभी क्या करें?
लेकिन इस मामले में हमें पॉजिटिव नहीं होना है.
सर कोरोना पॉजिटिव नहीं होना है, पॉजिटिव माइंड, जैसा कि अभी सुब्रमण्यम सर बता रहे थे कि पॉजिटिव माइंड. सो इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू ऑल डेली विद अ पॉजिटिव माइंड.
यस, ये तो आपको वैसे वाकई आपकी मतलब जैसे कहते हैं ना वो ये संघर्ष है आपका डेली करना.
सर संघर्ष अगर सोचे तो संघर्ष है, नहीं सोचे तो आई एम एंजॉयिंग माय लाइफ.
अच्छा, तो
हमारे जो
ये
सोसाइटी का ग्रुप है, आई ऑलवेज राइट डाउन आई एम एंजॉयिंग दिस लॉकडाउन पीरियड, अदरवाइज आई वुडंट हैव बीन एबल टू कनेक्ट विद सो मेनी ऑफ यू सो क्लोजली. आज बाला सर से आई हैव कॉन्टेक्टेड हिम आफ्टर 1.5 years, and immediately when I called him up, my number was saved, and when I receive a feedback, anything for you, Rachna. So that is what I have earned this lockdown, sir.
Wow,
Great,
nice,
ma'am.
Rachna ma'am. Very nice. It's very nice to hear. And you are such a person. It is just absolutely, you are so true. You're so
Ma'am,
bubbly, so
yeah.
good.
Ma'am, I always believe कि आपको पॉजिटिव रहना है, इफ आपको अपने ऊपर एनर्जी रखना है. सो देखिए, whatever work is separate, you have to build up a relation with everybody, and that is what I do.
But you're doing a wonderful
Vimal
job.
sir, would
Yes,
you like to say anything? I always see your smiling face, but you never talk. Would you like to say anything, sir?
Thank you, Rachna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful session. And I always learn something new.
So that is why, sir, we all are here with Rapid Talks with Rachna to learn new things. I can see Kaushal sir. Kaushal sir, if I am not mistaken, you are from Bihar, right? Okay. Then if anybody would like to talk something, you can unmute. We still have 4 minutes before we sign off. Sir, I am not that tech savvy. I'm just learning. In this lockdown, I learned too many things. So I think, yeah, people have logged out. So till tomorrow, bye-bye. Now, Rakshit Tandon ka, just check in the Google profile. He is the best for cyber security. And this lockdown, we really need to learn about cyber security. So please do join by 5:15, 5:20, because I don't know, afterwards there is some technical issues, and even if we try to add on, we are not able to add on people. So just I would request you all to be online tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Namaste.
Namaste. See you. Bye bye. Good night.